guys had began navigating your way through the Zimli jungles to the north to find a ziggurat on the far side of the Cobalt Mountains named Orulunga. And you did eventually manage to find your way there. Brief detour with a band of adventurers calling themselves the Straight and Narrow. But eventually you arrived at the ziggurat and climbed its steps. And there you met with the Naga Saja and Baza and had an enlightening conversation regarding the death curse and a certain ne'er-do-well called Rosnisi.
What a rapscallion.
Yes, yes. But you have descended the ziggurat. The sun is high overhead. The air hot and humid. So what would you guys like to do?
What do we want to do, gentlemen?
I want to update my spell list, which will only take me a few more seconds.
Okay.
Hey, Under.
We've had a rest, haven't we?
What direction takes us to a place that you haven't prepared anything? It would be really inconvenient if we did.
Southeast.
Okay. Well then, guys, we are not going to go southeast. That would be very inconsiderate.
Where
if we
is
did.
our mission objective?
Did we find that woman who went missing, whose name continues to elude me?
No, she's dead. She's
Oh.
100% killed by the hag.
She's 100% dead, and this guy confirmed that in fact Nanny Poo Poo is a piece of shit, and we need to kill her.
So
Well, we're not
let's do
going to do that. That's hard.
We're
Have
not
we
going to kill
taken a
her
rest?
yet, but we should totally kill her.
Are we taking a rest?
Since we dealt with the stairs, I don't believe so.
No, you
So-
literally just walk down the stairs.
Okay, so
It occurs to me that as a group, there's a long history of hags that the group has declared vendetta upon, but never actually followed through with.
Exact hag.
come on, that's only happened.
It's not even the party, it's just me. These motherfuckers never let me fulfill my vendettas.
Yeah, because you got us all killed.
No, it ain't. It's only been.
Oh,
like,
come on!
Gilbert, we got the monkey for you.
It's only been like 3 times.
The hag, though. We have to kill the hag at some point.
I regret us not killing because.
All right. Why don't
Anyway,
we wander around the jungle?
Do we know which way the hag's place
Well,
is?
we
Let's
we
go,
do know
like-
the snake guy, the snake man thing told us the ancient city is where we probably want to go. But that's really far away.
Well, we could go back to civilization first.
That's true.
You go back and kill the hag. Then go back to civilization. Vengeance.
I don't think we're gonna take the hag in our current state.
Everyone, write her in the book.
Mister? I've already added her to the book. I added her to the book weeks ago. I've been baying for blood this whole time. But yeah, I get not attacking her right now, but like we totally should at some point.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The
I agree. I agree. I agree. There's no point in killing someone for no reason.
Yeah, because we're at Orlunga right now, right?
Yes.
Mister, we're killing her for a reason.
No,
It's just we're not going to
She
kill her right
killed
now.
someone for no reason. That's
Well,
Oh,
she
no,
probably
she-
had her reasons, but they weren't any good.
Yeah, her
Well,
reasons are
outside of
because she's
summoning,
evil.
Dark Lords. There's really no good reason. I mean, there are some reasons I will forgive.
No, well, I don't know. Maybe she was a rude guest.
No, that's not enough to kill somebody.
Ah, sure.
What I know about her? No, not likely.
I mean, a dark ritual, maybe. Depends on what the dark ritual does. And if it bothers Giuseppe's overall plans in any way.
We all have a charm of heroism.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
But I believe we will have to kill her in the long run.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Let's just start
Other
wandering around
reasons,
the jungle.
so-
We'll get XP just, passively doing silly shit. And
Well-
eventually, we'll have enough levels that we can take her.
No, we
Yeah.
shouldn't waste time just fighting things for no reason. If we're gonna do something else, we should get something useful done.
Go to the city, get a quest.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, we're already looking for the Death Curse.
just go back
so-
to camp. There's probably something they need done, even if it's just escorting more people back and forth from town.
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
can pick up our boat and resupply.
we can.
So yeah, let's head back to that waterfall where we buried the boat.
Do you mean to the east of Fort Vengeance?
Mhm.
Okay. Do we want to cross over the mountains or do we want to go around them? There's some snow-capped mountains here.
Would be an interesting conundrum to see a snow-capped mountain in the middle of a jungle. So let's go mountains.
No, that's not that weird.
Well,
I know.
additionally, if we hit Snowcap Mountain, that means we've got enough elevation. We might be able to get a better view of some of the surrounding terrain. We might be able to expand our map by a tile or two.
Oh yeah, the classic Civ 6 strategy. Put the warrior on the first hill.
Exactly. Always be grabbing them hills. Yeah, if we head southeast, we'll be able to hit the mountains pretty readily.
Is that what you guys are doing?
Yes.
Looks like we're going up the hill.
Okay. So go ahead and give me your navigation check.
Survival check?
Yes.
I'll give you some help with that.
And so you're just heading like straight to try to cross the Kobold Mountains, just going southeast or southwest, I mean.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, so you start working your way through the jungle and into the mountains. And for like the rest of this day, the sun's overhead, the terrain getting steeper somewhat, occasionally more escarpments showing up, but still relatively heavily foliated. Though you can definitely tell you guys are generally walking uphill.
Man, this guy just loves his escarpments.
It's just a fun word.
Not that I'm complaining. I love a good escarpment.
Gunner's the only person I know that uses that word.
It's like it's like a signature.
Do you have another one? Do we have another escarpment here before?
So, as night is beginning to fall, you find yourselves in the shadow of an escarpment. a bit of a pool of water kind of forming like a muddy morass where it meets the ground. But are you guys going to make camp or press on through the night into the mountains?
No, we'd better make camp.
Yeah. We make camp.
I agree. Camp to be made.
Okay. You guys keeping a watch? Or...
Yep, chat order.
Is Burger here? Or did he not change his name?
Sleuth.
I don't think he's here. So yeah, just chat order ignoring Burger.
Okay. Well, the night passes without incident. Morning comes, and with it a bit of a light wind and just heavy droplets falling from the sky. Occasional bouts of thunder. Visibility is crap. But as you guys, are you guys going to continue on then?
Yeah, we probably should.
Okay. Well, go ahead and make your survival check again.
Yep, I'm helping. I'm helping Gilbert.
1 second. I've just had my entire family parade through my room and drop the dogs off.
Okay.
What's going on?
Navigation, survival.
Okay.
We're still going to the same place. It's just raining now.
Yes, heavily.
You could even call it a downpour.
And that's when we screw up the jumping puzzle and we slide down the muddy slope to the very bottom. We have to restart the adventuring day.
All right. So you start working your way, continuing southeast. The terrain getting even steeper. The trees getting a little more sparse. The ground getting muddier. Occasionally you can see small little rivulets forming. Streams of muddy water. Who's in front, by the way?
Hebron? Maybe tomorrow? One of the two of us?
So yeah. I'd be with him helping guide. No, we went past that tree already. We're going in circles. Front seat driving.
Yeah, and as you guys are continuing, one of these rapidly forming mud rivulets kind of forms in front of you. And the ground sort of, you just start sinking into the ground as the ground sucks up the water and turns into a sploogey mess. I need deck saves from Hebron and Tamora.
1 second.
Lightning sand. The fire swamps are dangerous.
Even quicker sand. Instant sand.
Okay. So yeah, you guys are walking forward. And in a matter of moments, you find yourselves 3 feet deep into this. How tall is Tamora?
No.
How tall is Tamora?
3 foot on the nose.
Okay, so yeah, it's over your head. You can't really. You are effectively restrained and can't breathe.
Okay.
And Hebron, if I recall, you're 6 foot.
6'4".
So you're restrained. You can still breathe, but there's something else. You see a snake in the water, kind of moving towards you guys. You should roll initiative.
That's a problem. Not my fault.
My initiative is only a -1 now because of Jack of all trades.
That's good,
Mm.
Mister Sleuth.
Oh, I didn't know we were involved in that.
Yeah, there's a
You were following them, and you saw them sink. Tamora's gone. Hebron's up to his chest, and there's a snake in the water.
Muscles and Giuseppe just start anime narrating in the background, not actually contributing.
But I mean,
Even
Giuseppe is laughing.
Spiderman's
Right now.
afraid.
Yeah, but I want you to roll initiative.
I mean, Giuseppe
Muscles
is
just
laughing.
sits there
That's
and
what he's doing.
grunts, occasionally making a comment about like how because the snake is faster, yeah, it'll be able to get into melee sooner, shit like that.
Mm-hmm. Now, Muscles is filling the role of like the kid character who's like constantly pointing things out.
Oh no, Hebron's shield, which is usually a great asset, won't be able to assist him when he's this deep in the mud. Thank you, audience surrogate.
All right, so Tamora, at the start of your turn, you can feel yourself sinking even deeper. So what do you do as you are restrained and can't breathe?
Well, let's see. Can I try wriggling up, getting free?
Yes, it is a strength ability check.
Well. Wait, so I'm restrained, but I can still like
You can
interact with myself, right? Like I
Yes.
can grab something off of my pack.
Yes.
Okay. I grab rope off my pack and shove it up,
Okay.
holding on to the end. And then, I guess I'd be spending my action securing it to myself.
Okay. Yeah,
Somebody else can grab. I don't have the strength to free myself.
you guys see like this one like mud-covered hand just kind of stick up out of the ground, an end of a rope in its grasp.
Under, I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Has Tamora moved within my melee reach?
She has not
No.
moved within or out of it. She is still in it.
Damn, I was hoping to exploit the wording of brace to just yank her out.
I can't move. I'm stuck.
Sinking, technically.
I had to ask because, sinks into the mud. It might no longer technically be targetable. Now the hand pops out. Maybe it is targetable.
What, is she grappled or just restrained?
They are both restrained. Though Tamora can't breathe because it's fully submerged. By the way, Tamora, what's your con mod?
2. So I have another round.
Yeah, you have one more round before you black out.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else on your turn?
No, I literally can't do anything.
All right. So, Hebron, you see this snake just kind of gliding through the top of the water straight towards you, coming into melee with you.
Oh, he's approaching me.
He has approached you. Do you do anything?
Yeah, I've got
As you
brace.
realize this is think like an anaconda, right? This is a huge snake.
Yeah, I've got brace.
Okay.
A huge snake, man.
Well, technically large, but you know what I mean. It's a huge snake, which just makes it a large beast.
No, use the correct word under. Colossal. Or giant, I don't know.
Yes, that does hit the snake. Oh, wait, you're at disadvantage because you're restrained.
Right.
Look, Gilbert, just show the anaconda you've got a flat ass.
Yeah, the 19 hits. All right, yeah, you hit the snake as it comes in and starts trying to wrap around you. Does a 23 hit you?
Yes.
Okay. So it wraps tightly around you, beginning to squeeze. You take 16 points of bludgeoning damage and are grappled and restrained by it. Again. So you're restrained
Okay.
by the snake and the mud. The snake is grappling you.
All right.
Uh,
Well, I got first blood.
yeah, that would be it for it. Giuseppe, do you do anything?
I'm not surprised because I'm probably laughing. Can I see the snake?
Yes, it has wrapped itself around like the midsection of Hebron, like right at the mud line.
I'm gonna shoot the snake, I guess.
Okay. We rolled a hit. Okay, there's a splash of mud as you miss.
Oh well.
Anything else?
I will say, no, I'm just gonna say, hey, you may want to get that snake off of you, and we'll be done.
All right, muscles.
Okay. Can I see where the snake is?
Yes, it has wrapped itself around Hebron. It's like 10 feet in front of you at the mud line.
Right. How does it look? Can I tell it's injured?
It is injured, yes. It's also like Hebron and Timora are in like this big pool of mud, right? So, you know, if you go into melee with it, you're probably gonna end up stuck there too.
Yeah, that occurs to me. Well, how far away is the snake from me?
The snake is 10 feet away from you, but that's 5 feet into the pool.
That's 5 feet into the pool.
Yeah, you'd be standing like right at the edge of the pool, like in the pool, but at the edge, if you were to get into melee with it.
Can I reach the rope that's being held out without going into the pool, or would that also require me to go into melee?
Given it's just his hand sticking out, you would have to go into melee to grab it, unless you have some other means of grabbing it remotely.
No, I don't. So I guess I will. Yeah, I'll go in there and I'll grab the rope.
Oh, as you wait in there, I'm going to need a dex save.
Yep.
Okay. So you start sinking, but you're, quick and sure-footed enough as you're moving in there that you don't quite sink as quickly. And you're able to get over there and grab the rope.
All right. Yep. Then I will get out of there.
How much movement speed do you have?
Just the usual 30 feet.
Okay, because the mud is difficult terrain even if you pass.
Yeah, so it's only 20.
Yeah, so you'd be using the rest of your movement to get to the edge, like just outside the pool.
Okay. And that didn't use my action, so I'm gonna try to pull the rope is only attached to Herb.
It's only attached to Timora, and
it's
technically
only
it did use your action if you think about that as like a grapple.
I'd use my action just to grab the rope.
No, but if you're pulling him along and trying to hoist him out of there,
Yeah.
that's going to be your action.
No,
Sorry, I was kind of jumping ahead there, because that's what it sounded like you were
that's-
going for.
No, that is what I was going for, but now I'm thinking about it more. The problem is I don't want to pull Tamora out of there and then leave Herb just stuck with the snake.
Herb's fine. If he dies, we'll just get the fourth one.
Make sure to punch your card. We get the 8th one free. No, here I'm gonna yell out for Tamora to grab Herb, and then when I see that that's happened, then I will start pulling.
Okay, so you're kind of moving out to the edge and holding your action to pull him out when he grabs Hebron?
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that.
I would have pulled a lot of them out.
Right, to
And
pull them
also-
all out.
Yeah, if people want to jump on the rope with me so we can heave ho together, that would also be useful. And in fact, I'll use my remaining 10 feet of movement to. Is there enough rope that I can back up and like pay some rope out without
Yeah,
without
it's 50
pulling on
feet.
me?
I had tied one end to me and held the other end up.
So, yeah, so you just spend like, be like 15 feet in. You only have 5 extra feet of movement because of the difficult terrain.
Isn't it only double?
Ooh, right, so you're 5 feet to the edge, 10 feet then to get into melee, 10 feet to get out.
Oh, I was 5 feet from the edge. Right, I got you.
Right.
And they were 5 feet in from the edge.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
So yeah, you have 5 feet. You could back up and kind of pay out some rope.
I'll pay out some rope and back up 5 feet so someone else can jump on here with me.
You can also just kind of like pull like a little bit slack so someone could also get behind you if they wanted to.
Yeah,
Either way.
we'll do that.
All right.
That's what I'm doing.
Okay. And then Hebron's turn. Hebron, at the start of your turn, you and the snake sink 4 feet. Which I believe puts it over your head. Because you're 7
Yeah.
feet sunk. So you can no longer breathe.
Okay.
What's your con mod?
+2.
Okay. Well, what do you do on your turn?
Does it matter that I be able to hold my breath pretty readily?
Yeah, I suppose that'd be fair.
Wasn't like me where it was just whoop.
Yeah, it wasn't like you guys didn't realize you were walking onto a very unstable terrain and were just blumped into there. That's fair. Yeah, you could hold your breath.
All right.
So what do you do on your turn?
Well, I do what I do best. Enact violence.
So you're attacking the snake?
Yes.
All right, you are at disadvantage to do so. You managed to hit the snake.
Yeah, we're gonna trip attack this bitch. So that's 13 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And I need a strength save from it. He's prone.
Okay.
Action surge.
Uh-huh. What you doing?
Attacking
Ah.
again.
Well, this will be a flat roll because the prone would technically give you advantage.
Yep.
I love that you can knock a snake prone. That's so funny.
It's not immune to prone. Yeah, you missed.
A snake is not immune to being prone.
Correct.
A
There is-
creature with no legs that spends all of its time crawling around on its belly.
Correct.
I mean, it makes sense if you think about like the snake getting flipped upside down because then it can't crawl the way it normally does, or even just sideways.
Yeah, you're
Second
you're
wind.
playing with its sense of direction and
Well,
proprioception.
not just that, like it only engages with the ground on the bottom of its body. If you look at the inside of a snake, it's basically
point.
walking using its ribs as legs. It's
Yeah.
really weird.
I like the fact that you can also make sharks prone. Quite literally, the get rotated meme.
I knew you were going to mention that.
All right. Anything else in your turn, Hebron?
No.
All right, Tamora. Your lungs are burning as you sink one more foot because the rope is helping to hold you up some.
Well, I don't know about Hebron. I apologize, Muscle, for your plan. Because as soon as I feel the rope is taut, I'm going to start pulling myself on it.
Okay,
Alright,
well,
well-
make a strength ability check at advantage then tomorrow.
Because I couldn't see, so.
Oh, and realistically, once you're a few feet under the mud, you're not hearing the other guy either.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, even a foot of mud will prevent it.
Yeah, I was hoping I might be able to get both of them.
So,
Yeah.
Muscles, you feel like, so in yanking on the rope, though nobody emerges as Tamora fails to pull himself out with it.
Nah.
But you can definitely feel that Tamora is still active.
Well, I listed the condition for my held action. And it hasn't
Indeed.
been met. Nothing I can do about that.
Yep. Well, as long as you get me out on your turn, I won't go unconscious. Because the start
Oh,
of my
okay.
turn is where it happens.
Yes. Basically, you have 0 rounds remaining.
Mhm.
Anything else in your turn?
That was my action. No. Don't think dashing, disengaging, or hiding is really gonna help me.
You could help.
Okay. The snake will reorient itself and continue crushing Hebron. .24, I assume, hits.
Yep.
Oops. Ignore that.
Yeah, I was planning to.
By the snake.
God damn!
It's only 15 points of bludgeoning damage as it continues squeezing you.
You hear a soft crunch as the snake just destroyed it.
There's like a sound like a champagne cork. Hebron's helmet comes flying out of the mud. All right, Giuseppe.
I am covered in mud. I might just pop out entirely.
Can I see the snake in Giuseppe? I mean, in Hebron?
No, they're both below the surface. There's just like this mud. You can see a little dimple in the mud where they sank.
How far down, I wonder, are they? Oh, I don't want to do this. Is it? Let me see. Do I have any kind of rope or something to throw down in there? I can. How am I gonna? I wanna get in the mud. I'm sorry, Giuseppe. I'm sorry, Giuseppe is not getting in the mud. My brothers are gonna have to drown. I got some rope. Can I like?
Just pull on the rope.
Oh, they have a rope that's thrown
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
Oh, well then I'm gonna pull the rope.
Okay. Yes, you start pulling on the rope. I believe Muscles was already kind of pulling it taut to help, so go ahead and give me a strength check. It was an straight ability check at advantage.
All right.
All right, yeah, so you start heaving on the rope, Muscles assisting as there's a little plop as this mud-covered 3-foot-tall blob emerges from the mud, coughing and sputtering mud all over Muscles' shoes.
Hey, look what we caught. I think we should throw it back. Ha!
Anything else,
Like a
Giuseppe?
little halfling.
No, that's it.
All right, Muscles.
Okay, Is Giuseppe fully clear of the mud puddle?
What do you mean fully clear?
Well, as in, like, if Giuseppe stays where he is, will he continue sinking again?
Giuseppe, no, he didn't step into the mud at all.
I'm not getting in the
We're
I
mud.
think he
gonna have to
means me,
say
Tamora.
I meant Tamora.
Tamora is out of the mud, yes.
Tamora's out of the mud.
You said you backed up 5 feet, and so I just assumed you pulled him into that 5-foot ledge off the the pit.
Yeah, that works perfect. Okay, and then what about Herb? Can I see Herb? Or does
Nope,
Herb
there's just a dimple in the mud where he sank.
just a dimple in the mud? All right. Okay. What I'd like to do is I would like to anchor my grappling hook to shore.
Okay.
Are you going in after him?
Naturally, it's no problem for me.
It's true. That's
I don't
true.
need to breathe.
Yeah. But you're gonna weigh 1,000 pounds when that shit fills your armor suit up.
Be that as it may.
Okay.
He figures little guys would make it waterproof.
That's all. Yeah, that's an upgrade I'll have to install.
He doesn't need to be waterproof. You see, he just has enough pressure inside it keeps the mud from getting in.
Yeah, it can't get in there because that's where my soul is.
Yeah, spiritual pressure. Yeah, totally.
Anyway, is it an action to anchor the grappling hook, or is that an item interaction or what?
Given that you're just kind of setting it out of your foot and just kind of stomping it to kind of set it hard into the ground,
Yep.
I'm going to say it's just an item interaction.
Okay, we'll do that. Hold on to the rope, and then I'm gonna go in after Hebron.
Okay, so you're just diving in?
Yep, I'm diving in.
Okay. Yes, you dive in. I'm going to need I'm going to call this an athletics check for you to, like, move through the mud with purpose and not get stuck.
Mm-hmm. Works great for me.
Yeah, it's real slow going. You can't see shit. Like, it's brown mud in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
But you are able to kind of just wade forward as you go along it. Just you can feel yourself slowly sinking down into it, more. Like you are not buoyant in this.
Oh yeah. It's like a really gross version of Baywatch.
And then I'm gonna say, if you're trying to find Hebron in this muck, give me a perception check.
Well, I'm completely blind in here. I don't know how much perception plays into it. I'm just kind of picking the direction. And
You're
feeling
basically
around.
trying to. Creatures
Feeling.
moving through a liquid, even a viscous liquid like this, is going to leave a pressure wake that you would be able to feel moving near
okay.
you. Remember, they're in combat. They're in melee combat. They are
Yeah.
they are sending off pressure wakes all over the place, effectively.
Yeah, I'm somehow using a longsword in the mud, one hand. Don't ask me how this works.
I'm imagining the
I
snake
am.
wrapping itself around you, and you're just kind of stabbing it with your sword.
Saw motion.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just cutting through it like a rope.
He's not even half swording; he's full swording, just using the blade to try and cut through the snake.
Yep.
Years of lonely nights have left you with extremely strong wrists.
And yes, Luth, you should roll initiative.
The gods gave you two hands. Sorry, you said perception.
I said perception. So you expend the rest of your movement kind of trying to find him, but you are unable to do so.
Okay. Do I think he can hear me through this mud?
No.
All right. Well, that rolls out Bardic. Let me see here.
I mean, what is hearing? Maybe any of the noises I hear under the mud could have been your bardic. Who knows?
I don't think any of the noises you're going to hear are going to be my Bardic, unfortunately.
Man, I'm trying to inspire myself.
I'm trying to inspire you.
All right. Anything else, Muscles?
Oh, no, I have to be able to see it. No, that's it.
All right. Hebron, at the start of your turn, first, you and the snake sink 3 more feet.
God.
And And then I need a perception check from you.
How deep is this damn swamp?
Perception.
I mean, he's already 12 feet deep.
In the mud and sinking deeper.
Okay. So what do you do on your turn?
Okay. I mean, there's still the snake on me.
Yes, the snake is still wrapped around you, still trying to crush you. You still can't, you're still holding your breath. And you're restrained and grappled.
Oh, God.
Good thing that all those
we won't
lonely
have to
nights
look.
have
We
left
won't
me
have
with
to dig a
strong
grave for this.
wrists.
Gilbert, they won't have to dig a grave for this one. You're already there. We can
Okay.
throw some flowers and move on.
Well, make your attack at disadvantage. Miss.
As you effectually against the thing.
Well, that's all I can do. I'm a fighter. I have no action economy.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. Tamora, you're on the you're prone on the ground at the outside the mud.
I know I'm not a wizard, but I want to cast Fireball for some reason. Let's see how to help. I will retrieve my 10-foot pole.
Okay.
Tie a rope to the middle.
Uh-huh.
And then how wide is the pit?
About 20-foot diameter.
Okay. Where did we fall in? Like where's the depression?
By the time you realized you were sinking into this thing, you were 5 feet from the edge.
Okay.
Towards the center.
So they're right there.
In theory, that's about where you were, yeah.
Okay. Well, then I will take the 10-foot pole and throw it. Well, actually, no. Giuseppe, are you strong? Mister?
I mean, it's not my best stat, but yeah.
Is it better than a fucking 6?
Yes.
Okay. Then I will... Basically, I'm making a harpoon with it tied to the middle so he can throw it straight up so that it can get the most penetration and get the pole down into the mud.
Okay.
In case Muscles can't find Hebron. And then Hebron will have another rope. I'm throwing... basically, I'm telling Giuseppe to throw it farther out so the wood will sink past them. But, like, throwing it straight up like a lawn dart so it comes back down into the mud.
Why would the wood
With-
sink? What kind of mud is this?
Yeah, I
force.
mean, it depends on the way
Oh, with
with the
force?
way with
Like a
the
lawn dart,
way,
he's throwing it straight up.
Shepard is thinking, it should
So it's a
sink
rod from
pretty
God
deep.
into the mud with a rope tied onto it. So hopefully
It
the rope
should-
goes over top of Hebron.
It should be pretty deep with the way Hebron is sinking in the mud.
Yeah. Does that make sense, Under?
It does. I understand what you're going for. You do understand that a wooden pole is not going to sink quickly, right? Like, you throw it up, it comes down. It's going to embed itself into the mud and start sinking, but it's not like it's made... one of the things with the lawn darts is they have a lead weight
Heavy,
to the
yeah.
front, and that's that's intentional. You want it weighted when you're doing something like this.
Okay.
So it will work just slowly.
Then
I'd
what
be
would it
better
require?
off tying the rope around you and pushing you back in.
Yeah, and I can hold my breath. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's a better action.
Well,
I
the
realized
rope's
I
already
was
tied
thinking this
around you.
before. Oh yeah, that's true. Put the 10-foot pole aside and turn to Giuseppe and say, "Toss me."
Okay. Anything else?
Nope, I ready myself for Giuseppe to toss me.
All right, River.
What's going on? Someone's getting grappled into
So
quicksand.
you guys were marching through this mountainous jungle terrain during heavy rain, and you guys found what is essentially a mud pit that had formed. and started sinking into it. The people in front, Hebron and Tamora, started sinking quite rapidly into it. And there's a snake.
In the pit. With him.
Is the snake visible
Muscles
from
is
the
in the
surface?
pit.
No, the snake wrapped itself around Hebron because it's a constrictor type snake, and then sank with him.
Question under.
Mhm.
Doesn't the snake need to breathe as well?
Yes, but it's holding its breath because it's the attacker here. It intentionally went in knowing it was going to try to. Its whole hunting pattern is it holds its breath, wraps around a guy, sinks, crushes and drowns it, and then drags it out to eat it.
Yeah. Also, it's an amphibious predator, and it can probably hold its breath longer than you can.
Yes, it
Yeah,
can.
that's why we're currently playing the game of me trying to saw it in half, because the action economy of trying to get out of it and climb out of the mud is non-existent. So the only path forward is to kill it.
And Muscles jumped into the mud behind him, and I'm fixing to throw the elf back into the mud.
Yes.
Don't throw the elf back into the mud.
Oh.
I spent a bunch of time getting
Halfling.
it out of there.
Halfling, whatever.
whatever.
You're short.
Yeah,
But I'm
that's what
holding my
happened.
breath this time, so I'd have 10, 20 rounds versus 2.
Are you tied off?
Yes, I still
Okay.
the rope that you pulled me out with tied to me, and then he's just going to throw me so that I can find Hebron.
How unfeasible would it be to shoot the snake with an arrow?
Not feasible.
Yeah, we're like
Yeah, they're buried. You
12
can't
to
see them.
15 feet down in the mud.
Not only do you not see it, you'd be shooting like 10 feet through thick mud.
Okay. Then I'm just going to ready an action to shoot any snakes that come close that aren't like these little garden snakes.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to have my Drake jump in to try and help wrestle the snake.
Your Drake.
Drake Warden Ranger.
Ah. Yeah, okay. I assume it's going to hold its breath.
Yes.
How about
I-
make a strength athletics check to try and forcibly swim through the
You
mud?
beat me to it, Ruffles. Your familiar has been outed as a pedophile.
What do you mean? There's no kids around.
Why do you think that is? Maybe they know better.
Does this have my proficiencies?
Typically, they don't get your proficiency, as far
Okay.
as I know.
It is size small, if that matters, for 14.
Okay. Yeah, it starts getting in there, and you can see it just kind of like trying to push and pull in its way in there. But really, it doesn't really make much headway, and in fact, it ends up getting itself kind of mucked up and stuck. It is now restrained as it sinks 4 feet. So you probably can't see it anymore. But it's basically not able to move under its own power. It's just bundled. Like the mud just sort of fucked its wings up, and it's stuck.
It is, at least right now, flightless. It can only run. It's not a dragon yet.
Okay.
It's gonna just act on the orders of kill the snake and pretty much just
Right, but the
chase
problem
it
is
down.
you failed the check, so as a result, he has gotten stuck and is now sinking while restrained in the mud.
That's fine. It's a summonable thing. It's not a.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else in your turn?
All right. That's my turn.
All right, the snake is going to continue trying to squeeze Hebron.
I ain't telling you nothing.
Oh, God.
25 points of bludgeoning damage.
Unconscious.
Okay. Giuseppe?
I guess I'm gonna toss the elf or the halfling.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a... Oh, you don't need to, actually. Tamara, give me a strength athletics check. As he chucks you into the pool and you start trying to swim.
Could use
Even though
acrobatics.
he's
Oh my God. You're
throwing
so-
me out so that I can dive in.
Good point. You would have advantage.
I'll take
Aha!
14.
You still fail.
Yeah.
You're upside down, like trying to go forward, and you know the mud is just real thick. It's hard to move. You're able to kind of just lawn dart your way forward 4 feet down.
That was the plan.
But you got a problem is that you can't really move under your own power anymore.
Mhm.
You are the lawn dart. You are now passive at the end of this rope. All right. Anything else, Giuseppe?
Question.
Mhm.
Since
Yeah,
I'm
Jim.
intentionally trying to get as deep as possible, I'm not trying to prevent myself from sinking. Would I not go further?
No.
Even if I'm not moving under my own power.
In future turns, yes, we won't bother with the D4. You'll just sink the max.
Okay.
But you know, at this point, it's just you're not under control of it.
Yep. I'm the anchor.
Giuseppe, anything else? That took your action to toss him in there.
I'm gonna pull out some popcorn and watch these idiots play in the mud.
All right. Muscles.
Okay. So does it use my action to try to find them down here?
No, it's just a perception check.
Okay.
Be right back.
Am I at least confident that I'm like going in the right direction? I don't think I've like passed them or anything.
If you assume he went straight down and not at an angle, yes.
Okay. There's only so far you could have gone. I'm gonna center this on the location where I think they would have sunk to, and we'll just make it 10 feet below the surface to cover as much room as possible. Let's see here. Ah, yes, I don't have to see where I'm placing it. I'm gonna cast Fairy Fire in the mud puddle.
Okay. Let's see.
So this just tells me where Herb is because he fails the save.
Does it?
Would it though? There's thick viscous mud.
Doesn't matter. What is
It's
it blocked by? Hold on.
each object is outlined. Any creature is outlined in a glow. They shed dim light.
I guess it's not really clear if you can like see them through
So
things. that
I've
are
always
filtered
thought
through.
of this as you're basically making them glow with an aura because
Yeah,
they
not
are
like,
emitting light.
It's not wall hacks.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. If that's how it works, then I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. In that case, I would probably just keep looking for them.
Okay. Like I said, that's a perception check.
Yep. Scrolling.
So you're not sure where he is.
All right. Well, Septimus is gonna die again. Since I'm not sure where he is, I'm gonna keep going forward until I run into something.
Forward.
Forward and like a little bit down.
Okay.
Just kind of making my way through the mud as best I can and flailing about in the hopes that I hit something that feels solid.
Uh-huh. Let's see here. I think we'll use this to represent a scatter. So you're going, it's kind of, do you have a swim speed?
No.
Okay. So you're kind of flailing your way through the mud, and all of a sudden, conk, you kick something hard.
Hard like rock or hard like flesh?
Hard like a helmet.
I know Herb was wearing a helmet.
I thought Herb was wearing a helmet.
No, I think it's just a chainmail coif, but yeah.
Okay, well you kick a coif. you can kind of just feel your foot like hit it and get like like the weird pressure you feel that chain link feels when it wraps around your foot like a reverse sock.
Okay. Was I able to do that using my normal movement?
Yes.
Okay. Then I would, since Herb is a creature, I believe I'll need to use my action to do this, but I'm going to try to tie the rope around him. See if I can get, like, around a shoulder or a midsection or something.
So to be clear, you're trying not to tie it around his neck.
I'm trying not to tie it around his neck, yes.
Ties it around his neck.
Okay. Let's see. So you would be swimming there. You would actually get some free depth, about a free foot there. So that, yeah, you could get it around one of it. The shoulder that he was using with that, the sword and trying to saw at this creature. You don't know why he has his arm out, because you don't see anything, obviously.
Oh yeah, I'm just going by feel.
But yeah, you're pretty sure it's not his neck.
Okay. I don't think his head is long and has joints on it.
Right. It shouldn't anyway.
Yeah. I don't remember his head being so scaly either. Anyway, I'm sure this is his elbow. I mean, his shoulder.
Yeah.
My, what sharp teeth you have.
Yes. Okay. He can't hear me because he's unconscious.
Mm-hmm.
What do I got?
So you've used your action and all of your movement.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if there's anything useful I can do with my bonus action.
Okay.
That would use my action. Oh, and I have to be able to see. Yeah, no, that's all I got.
Okay. Hebron, death save. Alright, it's one success.
All right.
Oh, by the way...
Actually, isn't it an auto fail because I'm suffocating?
No, you just can't become stable. Like, even if you get 3 successes, you keep rolling. Statistically, it means you are going to die eventually. But it does... As long as you don't take damage, you could, in theory, get rescued. Before you die. But technically, all suffocation does is prevent you from becoming stable. So even if you roll 3 correct death saves, all you've done is avoided bleeding out. All right. Oh, and so Muscles, you do feel Hebron kind of move away from you as he sinks a little bit more.
Mm-hmm. He's unconscious.
Yep. Tamora, you're in the mud.
I would be trying to hold the rope.
Long dart.
No, done.
Sorry, what was that, Muscles?
Channel my inner long dart.
I said, like, I would be trying to hold the rope at this point. I don't have any movement or action left from my turn, but I would be trying to resist sinking or being pulled deeper into the mud.
Give me a strength save then.
That I can do.
Okay, yeah, you're able to hold him and not sink any further. All right, Tamora, you're just sinking yourself 4 feet straight down.
Mm-hmm. Long dart.
Okay. Did you want to make a strength ability check to try and get deeper?
I mean...
Uses your action, but you could do it. Otherwise, you're just using your passive weight to sink. Unfortunately, you don't sink any faster.
Unfortunately, failing doesn't help me. Doesn't make it worse. It doesn't make it better. It's a net 0.
All right.
That's it.
River?
I'm gonna continue Overwatch. I'm gonna continue having my dragon try to help. But
Okay.
my dragon's just gonna try and dive down.
All right. Strength ability check then from the dragon.
Well,
It fails. It only sinks its passive 1 foot.
alright.
All right. Snake. The snake is going to try and swim away with its meal. This is a contested athletics check between the snake and Muscles. Because Muscles is also holding on to his meal. Alright, it fails to move, the meal out of it. You can definitely feel something squirming down there in the muck, Muscles.
It's probably the snake.
But that's all he can do on his turn. Giuseppe.
Giuseppe's just gonna marvel at the level of creativity that his party members have as he watches them flounce around in the mud.
So you're continuing to be useless and unhelpful.
Well, in fairness, he wouldn't know that I've secured the rope yet.
I mean, there's nothing I can do. I mean, I don't know he's found you. I don't know anything until somebody comes up and tells me. And I am not getting in the mud because that's pointless. There's 4 people in that mud.
How dare you be sensitive?
I mean, seriously.
Okay, so you do nothing. Muscles.
Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to, without trying to move, I'm going to first pull on the rope, going back up towards where I anchored it on shore so that I'm holding all the slack and it goes taut up to the grappling hook.
Easily done.
Yep. I'll give, a few tugs so that it's visible above the mud. Hint, hint. And now that I'm holding all the slack, I'm going to try and... I'm going to try and free... I'm going to try and free Herb.
Free him as in you're trying to get him out of the mud, or you're trying to pull the snake off of him?
Well, so if I... Yeah, well, if I pull the snake off of him, the snake can just grab him again. So, I'm just going to try and pull him out of the mud.
Okay.
I guess pulling the snake along with him.
Right, so you've grabbed him and you're just kind of using the rope to kind of drag him with you out of the mud, is your intent. Okay. Go ahead and give me a strength athletics check. I did say earlier that having the rope does give advantage, so yeah, you get advantage on this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I gave it to Tamora. You also get it for having a nice secured rope to drag yourself with.
Hey, that's more like it.
Yeah, there you go. So, what's your movement speed?
My movement speed is just 30.
Okay. And do you have a swim speed?
No.
Okay, so you're at half speed here.
Yep.
Well, you're also at half speed because you're dragging the guy. Yeah, so you move 15 feet, which will just get your head to the top of the mud.
All right. I do not take a breath. However, I will start yelling for people to pull on the rope and get Herb out of here.
Okay.
Now let me think. If I stick my helmet, that is my head, back into the mud, without actually moving, by just reorienting my body, can I get my face to where I think the snake is?
Sure.
My goal is to be able to see it.
Okay. Yeah. So you basically do an about face and just kind of torpedo your face down into it. Eventually, you literally smush your face up into the coils of the snake that's wrapped itself around Hebron, and you can see it.
If I can see it, that's all I need.
Mm-hmm.
I use my bonus action to cast Hex on the snake, and I choose Strength as the ability score.
Okay. You can do so. You have hexed the snake.
No, it used my action to try and pull him out like that, right?
Yes.
Okay, then that's all I got.
All right. Hebron, death save if you please. 2 successes.
Hey, you're doing well.
Tim Mora, as you passively sink 4 feet more.
Mhm.
Strength ability check if you're trying to swim further. Nope.
Really like the 3 tonight.
Uh-huh. River.
Same as last. Dragon's gonna try and find the snake and kill it.
Okay. Well, the drake sinks 2 feet. It can make a strength ability check to move under its own power. It fails.
Nope.
All right. Snake. The snake is going to try and make off with its meal before it gets killed. This is a contested strength athletics with muscles.
Yep, which it now has disadvantage on,
Indeed.
and which I still have advantage on, I think.
Why do you have advantage on it?
Told me I had advantage before from the rope.
That was to pull yourself along with the
Or to
rope.
pull myself. Oh, not on this. Okay.
Yeah, not on this. You don't have that kind of leverage on this.
No, that's fair. Nah.
All right. It starts swimming deeper in, moving 20 feet. This will provoke an attack of opportunity from you, because you can actually see it as it disappears into the mud.
It's trying to. Is it just leaving?
Yeah, it's trying to get. It's taking it deeper into the mud. It's going back.
Okay.
It can hold its breath a lot longer than you can.
Yeah. No, we're gonna make that a grapple.
Okay. Another contested strength athletics then.
Yep. It is large though, right?
For this case, it doesn't matter.
Okay. If it doesn't matter, then I think I'm at a flat roll and it's at disadvantage.
Correct.
Horses or anything?
That's better.
All right. Yeah. So you grab it and stop it from moving away. It hasn't taken an action yet. It is going to, in fact, try and bite your hand.
Yeah, you can do that.
Does that hit you?
It does.
All right, it bites your hand for 8 points of piercing damage. That's all it can do. Giuseppe.
I am going to pull on the rope.
Which one?
Just the one that was just the one that's got muscles on it, because
The one
he's
that
the one
just
that
went
shook his
taut.
rope.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a strength athletics check then, as you pull on the rope.
Oops. It's got mud on it. I slipped.
Yeah, you just grab it. Your hand just kind of slip on the rope. Doesn't really go anywhere.
Crap. Don't do.
All right, muscles.
Okay. Now that I'm holding this whole situation together, with both the snake and the rope
Mhm.
and Herb, I'm gonna try and pull the lot of us out of here.
Okay, so who are you letting go of to grab the rope?
I guess we'll let go of the snake.
Okay, you let go of the snake. You grab the rope. Athletics with advantage. All right, yeah, so you bracing with the rope, pulling yourself out onto the ledge. You can see this mud-covered muck ball that is Hebron, and you can also see what you managed to tie the rope to. You, in fact, did not get his shoulder with a perception of 3.
Oh, I got his neck.
No, the snake is currently tied to the rope.
Oh, I was joking when I said he's not usually so
I know you were, but I wasn't.
Oh,
Hey,
God.
as long as I got him.
That would have been real funny if Giuseppe had been successful. You would have seen the snake suddenly get whipped away along with the rope.
That would have been funny as fuck. Damn, why did I fail at save?
So when you asked me which thing do you want to let go of, you meant which part of the snake?
Yes.
All right. Well, it was my action to get us out of here.
Yeah, that was your action, but you are currently on the shelf. Hebron can breathe. He is still grappled and restrained by the snake.
Okay. Well,
Under.
But he can now stabilize.
no, Sleuth has a question.
Yeah, what's up?
Ready in action to shoot the snake? Question mark.
That's right. I forgot about that. Good call. Yes, you can shoot the snake now.
Wonderful. I will do the funny and make this a sharpshooter shot because that never goes horribly wrong.
Okay.
Where's my? That doesn't. 6, 7, 8. Oh, I was looking at the damage, not the to hit. That's why the modifier looks so low. All right. I
Miss.
don't think that hits.
Yeah, that does not. All right. Muscles, is there anything else on your turn?
Yep, I am going to give a bardic to. Well, Herb can't hear me because he's unconscious, so I'll give it to River.
Okay.
And that's it.
All right. Hebron, death save. Hebron.
He is dead. He can't roll.
Gilbert. Well, we'll come back to him. Tim.
As far as I know, circumstances.
I know.
haven't changed.
So you sink your.
Unmarked.
Okay, you sink an additional 4. Go ahead and make a strength ability check to pull yourself deeper.
The real funny thing is when we start running out of rope, eventually the 50 feet of rope is going to run out. Especially if I yank myself
Okay.
along.
Yes, you as you start, you stop trying to swim and just more like wriggle your way like a snake through the mud until eventually your hands just kind of buckle in front of you as you realize you've hit hard like clay. You're at the bottom.
Do I got to break out
Okay.
the triangle again?
So what now, Tamora?
Well, I go back the way I came along the bottom. Like if I'm able to, like I know I came from behind me, so I'm gonna start moving back
Okay.
towards basically the shore to rope. the
Sure,
rope around
but you
people.
were diving like straight down. So rotation is pretty easy, especially without any visual reference.
And I
so-
failed, so I don't know. Yeah.
So I'm going to need an insight check from you to see if you can intuit which way is shore.
I'm halfway decent at them.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You realize for a moment that like you're about to start heading deeper in, but then you can realize that there's like a slope to the clay, and you just follow it towards the higher slope, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and so you start crawling your way along it. So you're at the bottom, and you've moved. What's your normal movement speed?
25.
25. Okay. So you would have been there. So you managed to like pull yourself 4 feet along the bottom before you run out of movement.
Okie dokie. Yeah, basically just roping the cattle.
Okay. Anything else?
Nope.
A river?
I will continue trying to shoot the snake.
Okay. We rolled a hit. Your Drake sinks an additional 3 feet.
Understandable. Does
You
a
shoot the
19
snake.
plus 14 plus. It's my favorite enemy. 'Cause the thing needs to die soon. That's another T4. 19.
Okay. Yeah, you hit it. It takes some damage. It is looking injured. Anything else?
I don't see anything saying that my communication with the Drake is telepathic, so no. It's gonna keep trying to kill the snake, but it doesn't know where the snake is if it's buried in mud,
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming.
Indeed.
Alright, that's it for me.
All right. The snake is going to try and drag Hebron back into the mud, provoking an attack of opportunity from Muscles.
Yeah, we'll try and grapple the snake again.
Okay. At this point, given that it's no longer like, loosely in there, like the fact that it is big does come into play.
Okay.
So, like, it is able to kind of brace its whole weight against the ground to kind of push off into the mud.
We're
But
doing the
isn't it
usual
tied with the rope?
disadvantage thing.
Yeah.
Isn't
So
it tied with the rope and I and myself?
the
and
rope is
Muscles
slack at the
do the
moment.
rope?
The
Oh,
rope
yeah.
is not taut. So that is a disadvantage for me and a flat roll for it.
Indeed.
Oh, not bad.
Okay. It manages to just kind of push through your fingers as it drags Hebron back into the rope. Until eventually that rope goes taut, Giuseppe.
Ah, for fuck's sake.
Oh shit.
Giuseppe, are you trying to prevent the rope from paying out more?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it goes taut, it goes slack, goes taut, goes slack, goes taut. It's trying to get away, but you're holding it. It doesn't have... actually, that was just movement. It is going to use its action to try and pull Giuseppe. So at this point, it is just contested strength athletics, no size differential, so it's just swimming.
Still disadvantage.
Well, this might come in importance. Did Giuseppe undo Muscles' anchor?
No.
So it'll have that.
Doesn't
Even
really
if it doesn't
matter.
hold-
You're fighting
Yeah.
over the middle section of rope. It's slack
but
on both sides.
It'll eventually reach the anchor.
Yes, it will eventually reach the anchor. So yeah, it goes. Let's see, it'd be 5. The rope goes taut.
For fuck's sake, I just spent so fucking long getting him out of there, and it's all the way back down in there.
Hey, tomorrow,
I'm kicking the fucking anchor out of that mud
Yeah.
and letting him.
Hebron and a snake have landed on top of you.
Ah. Okay.
But that is all of its movement. It only had the.
Yeah, it only has the ability to undo 5 rounds worth of progress instantly.
It's only 15 feet away from you. And then Giuseppe.
I'm gonna pull the rope.
All right, strength athletics.
How the fuck are all of you so weak?
I only have a 13.
Did
I'm
none
an
of you invest in
assassin.
strength?
I have no strength. I don't need strength for what I do for my class.
Me neither.
Alright, the next time this happens to one of you, I'm just gonna let you get eaten. I don't care.
All right, anything else, Giuseppe?
No.
All right, muscles.
Alright, time to pull him out again.
Okay, strength athletics.
Alright.
All right, yeah. You start heaving. Actually, that's a good point. Let me check something. Okay.
Pull the snake off the-
So, Muscles, you're pulling on that rope. There's like a brief moment where you feel some resistance, and then it keeps coming and coming, and you pull, and it's the snake that emerges. You pulled it off of Hebron.
Hey, that works.
It is now at your feet.
Oh
and
my
angry.
God. Oh my god.
Okay, well we got the snake. With my item interaction, since I'm on solid ground now,
Uh-huh.
I'm not like in the mud.
Correct.
I would like to put down a python and tie the rope off.
Okay, so you tie it real short.
Yep, tie it real short so that the snake does not have slack to go anywhere.
Uh-huh.
And then I will give a bardic to Giuseppe, and that's it.
Okay.
Tell him to kill this thing.
Yep. Hebron, death save. Gilbert, you here?
That's 2.
Okay. Tamora. Hebron has landed on you.
Like he's physically touching me, I could explore his body while he's unconscious.
Yes.
That came
Ooh.
out wrong.
I mean,
my.
I don't know how you intended
Laura.
that to come
oh
out.
my!
The other way is Hebron has
been healing in it. That was how my brain worded it.
Do you think they explored each other's bodies?
It's in that kind of role play.
Can I find his mouth?
Oh god!
I'm sure you can, Tamora.
Stick your fingers in his mouth. Okay.
make a perception check with advantage. Yes.
All right, I put a potion of healing in his mouth.
Yeah, you might
Okay.
have just wasted that.
I mean, yeah, he's still suffocating underground. So
Well, no, I mean he might already be dead.
Yeah, well, if
We'll
it
have
works,
to
it
wait
works. If
and
it doesn't,
see.
it doesn't.
As long as there's a roll a failure and a nat 1. All right. Well, 6, so he'll have 6 hit points and a level of exhaustion.
Mhm.
if he makes his saves when he gets back,
Watch him nat 20.
that'd be funny as shit.
They don't have 7 HP.
But then he's still trapped in the muck.
All right. And then can I use, whatever capability of movement I have to try like tying myself around him? Like I'm not trying to tie the rope around him. I'm trying to like swim around him.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yes.
Like squish us together and do a little tango.
I understand. Make a strength check. Strength ability check. This is a little more than just waving your hands about.
Mm-hmm.
No, you are unable to move. Between the mud, the weight of Hebron on top of you, and the clay you've been pushed into, you just are not able to, maneuver yourself.
Uh-oh.
Well, that's it for me. I mean, I still have like 17 rounds, so I'm good breath-wise.
All right, River.
Snake is back on the surface.
The snake has been pulled out and is on the surface, tied to a stake.
All right. I'm gonna shoot it again.
Roll to hit. Hit.
$19 piercing damage.
All right, you guys can see that the snake is bloodied.
And Hebron is back in the mud.
Yes, he went back into the mud. He did not emerge with the stake.
Unfortunate. That's my turn.
Okay. The snake is really, really pissed off. He's going to wrap around Muscles' legs and try to constrict you there.
Mm-hmm.
So this is an attack roll.
One of these.
Is it
Yeah,
20? Okay, as it wraps itself around your legs and begins squeezing. Dealing 15 points of bludgeoning damage. And you are now grappled and restrained.
All right.
It is then. No, actually, you can't do that. That would take an action. No, it's just stuck. You can't move anywhere because you've staked it.
Yep.
Giuseppe.
I'm gonna kill the snake.
How?
How far? It's right beside.
It has wrapped
Muscles.
itself around Muscles' legs.
Yeah, that means it's close, right?
Yeah, it's like 8 feet away from you.
Yeah, I can stab it with my sword, and I'll have advantage.
Okay. Why would you have advantage?
Because I'm a rope. I have advantage.
Oh, you're aiming.
Yeah.
It's not a melee with you, so you'd be trying to shoot it at range if you're going to do that. You can't aim if you
No,
move.
I don't need advantage. Never mind. I don't need advantage.
Okay.
Yeah, now I'm melee.
So you're going to go into melee and try to hit it?
Yes.
Roll to hit.
A full rogue or mixed rogue?
killing this damn snake.
I forgot all about the magic of the bardic inspiration, which is that once you give it to people, they'll never need it.
But yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right. You're right.
I cast roll well.
Like the opposite of lucky.
All praise the lore bard.
Oh yes. Muscles, sword bard of the lore bard.
Oh, hot damn. That snake is not looking that great. Anything else?
I missed the D8. Yeah, the sword damage. There's a sneak attack. The smite. Yeah, I'm missing a D8.
Sneak attacks, aren't they D6s usually?
D8s, aren't they?
No.
No,
No,
sneak attack's
yeah,
D6. Trust me,
yeah.
I know.
Yeah, sneak attack is a D6.
Smite
and
is
the
D8.
Smite is D8. Yeah.
So what level of smite was this?
It's a first level smite.
Okay, so 2d8's correct for a first level smite. It was a short sword, right?
Rapier.
Rapier. Rapier's a D8, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so you are in fact missing a D8. You're also missing. I think your sneak attack should be 2d6, right?
No,
He's
it's
Not
not
till
full.
level 3,
first
right?
level, so no. It's,
No. Okay, well then that D6 is going to be your sneak attack. So yeah, you're just missing one D8.
well, son of a bitch.
Okay, it is slightly closer to death. Anything else?
No, that's it.
All right, muscles.
Okay. Let's see. I am restrained by it,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't care. I'm just going to attack anyway.
Okay, you are at disadvantage to do so. Miss.
Okay. And let's see, how many bardics do I have?
It'd be charisma bonus per long rest
Yeah,
right
I've,
now.
I've only got one left. But there's nobody here for me to give it to who doesn't already have one. So, can't do nothing. That's it.
All right, Gilbert, are you here yet? Okay, Tim.
Well, I guess I'm going to spend every bit of action economy I have trying to tangle Hebron up in this rope so the party can pull him up.
All right, strength check. Ah, you're able to get some purchase and wrap yourself a couple of times around him AT-AT style.
Yep. He's really tall and got long, lanky legs.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I really can do.
Okay. River.
I am going to use my action to resummon my Drake. So the first one disappears, I get a new one, and I'm gonna have it pull on the rope to try and bring Hebron back up.
Okay. It has to make a strength athletics check.
Indeed it does. 10.
It does not move.
It's better than nothing. That's my turn.
All right. Snake. Snake is really sick and tired of being pinned down. It is going to try and pull out the stake.
Stake in the snake.
Let me. I'm going to say that fails.
All right.
I mean, you're big and strong. You push that in real hard.
Yeah, that would have just stamped on it.
So yeah, I'm going to say the DC is actually 15 to pull that out like it is with not much leverage. That took its action. Can't move. It's kind of fucked.
If you make it a 8 plus strength, that would make it 14.
Huh?
If you make it 8 plus strength, that would make it 14. That's how DCs for other things usually are. 8 plus an ability score.
Ah. Yeah, I just kind of guess. It'll be around 15. 14's fine. Still failed. Giuseppe.
Giuseppe's going to stab the snake again.
Roll to hit. Hit.
$17 points of piercing and radiant damage.
The snake dies.
Yay! Now we can pull the other 2 idiots out. Yeah.
I was waiting to post that.
That was in the remake. Wasn't in the
It
original.
was.
It didn't look like that in the original.
All right. Anything else on your turn, Giuseppe?
No,
All right.
I'm all ready to pull them out. That's about it.
Muscles?
Okay. I free myself from the now dead snake.
Yeah, you just lift your leg. Done.
Has the other rope that I don't remember being there, but that's now there, gone taut?
Yeah, the Drake grabbed it and pulled it taut. But it
Oh.
was unable to pull anything. It wasn't able to gain any ground, but it is holding it taut.
Okay, well, given the conspicuous absence of the other guy that I spent a bunch of time pulling out of the mud, I'm going to assume that he went back in.
Yeah, the halfling's in the hole. He jumped in the mud. Pull him out.
Well, that's someone, so I will start pulling the halfling out.
Okay. You walk over to the rope, start pulling. Give me an athletics check. You also fail to move him out of
Wouldn't
the
he
mud.
have advantage because I'm pulling on it too?
You're not. The Drake is. And he isn't. You would have to, on your turn, use your action to do the help action to synchronize it. Otherwise, you're just pulling independently. Yeah, that's why typically when people get on a rope, they're all calling out heave ho, is because they're trying to synchronize when they pull. That's the help action right there.
I don't want to
yeah.
run the numbers on whether it's more efficient to do that or to just roll individually. Oh, you know what it is, because if he helps me, we get to use my modifier for both rolls. But oh well.
Anything else for your turn, Muscles?
No.
Okay. Gilbert, are you here yet? Blink furiously if the agents have gotten you.
No, you see, he's gone to get ice cream sandwiches and he's decided to deliver them to every single member of the extended family.
Didn't you just do that
including
like
those
2
in
hours
the
ago?
country. Well, he has to catch a flight to Europe, you see.
To obtain the ice cream.
And he's got to fly back, of course, and deliver it to his closer family members. Then he has to fly back over to Europe, deliver to his extended family.
Ah. Yes, well. Moving on then to Timora.
I have no capability other than tangling the fuck out of this rope around him to make sure it's secure.
Oh,
I'm
it's
not
secure.
gonna be able to move him. If I'm sure it's secure, then yeah, I just hang on and cross my fingers.
Okay. River.
River is going to try and help the dragon, and then have the dragon pull the rope.
Okay. Well, it makes its athletics at advantage then.
Doesn't like caps lock. 17.
Okay, working together with your Drake, you start pulling the rope. And you eventually pull the sodden mess of Tamora and Hebron out of the muck.
All right.
Good God.
I think we can say you guys are out of initiative at this point.
Yeah,
The rain pouring down, most of you covered in mud and muck, a dead snake on the ground.
that was interesting.
What a fucking travesty that was. I don't know how you all let the snake just pull him back in there after I spent so much time pulling him all the way out.
I don't know. I don't know. I know what we're doing.
Well, anyway, he probably died.
The suspense.
Yes. Well, we won't know until Gilbert Esche gets back to make his death saves.
I know, right? Where'd he go?
He probably assumed his character died and just went up and
You know, did
went
other
off and did
stuff.
something else.
Yeah.
He was kidnapped by Dox.
Still calling.
They've taken him.
All right. I kill Hebron.
As one does.
And dump his body in the mud.
I hold him upside down, head first into the mud, until he stops squirming.
Okay, takes a moment, then you realize you accidentally did that to Tamora, because they're both covered in mud.
I think the height difference would be obvious. I didn't get 3 feet taller with the mud.
Oh, his head's at this end. Never mind.
Alright, you guys moving on?
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Just have to play suspense with.
Yeah, we'll just pretend that he's not here.
Well, I mean, make a short rest.
We can short rest. That's true, and you can get Song of Rest. That's a good idea, actually. I think we should do that.
Well, I didn't take any damage, so. I think you and Gilbert are the only ones that actually took damage.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, and I don't get shit back on a short rest anyway, so there's no point.
Yeah, it'd just be for Gilbert to roll hit dice.
Yeah, well, he's not here, so
Um,
no reason.
Yeah, it doesn't matter then. Yeah, I guess we'll just move on. We'll assume we're littering him because Muscles and Giuseppe could carry him.
I mean, you did pull him out within the 2-round limit for him to suffocate again. So he didn't suffocate into unconsciousness, assuming he lived to get that healing potion.
Yeah, assuming he didn't die while he was unconscious.
Yes. He has to make 2 death saves. As long as they're literally not a failure and a nat 1, he lives. Even if it's 2 failures, it would be fine because he doesn't have any yet.
Man, if we, you know, this is gonna be fucked up if we, if we do all of this and then he rolls and fails and dies.
I'm assuming he doesn't. That's just my nature.
Yeah. It's only a 2.5% chance that he's dead.
All right, let's move on, man, with this
Mhm.
body and the thing moving.
I've
Yeah,
played
we'll just-
XCOM. There's no way he's dead.
We're not using XCOM mechanics here.
Says you.
I don't know. That was pretty XCOM-y with the snake at bed, you know?
Speaking of, remind me to ask you guys something after the second.
All right. Well, you guys keep pressing on. The rain continuing to pound. Gilbert's navigation roll still playing out. As the vegetation gets sparser, the terrain gets rockier and rougher. And up ahead, you know, you can see as, you know, night is beginning to fall. You know, that in the next, maybe hour or so, when night fully falls and you have to stop for camp, you'll be right at the tree line. the air actually getting a little cold. You guys are keeping chat watch order, or?
Yeah, we'll just take Heberon
Yeah.
out and
Yeah,
keep
yeah,
chat
Yep.
order.
I'll go first. Yeah.
At
Okay.
the start of everyone's watch, I'll cast good berries and pass them out for tomorrow's breakfast.
Okay. But night falls.
Oh, there's Gilbert's death saves.
Ah, yes. Ah, good. So Gilbert is
Two death
alive.
saves.
Yep. Okay. And he's up.
Apparently
What,
his
did you go
dog got
over his
into
house?
No, I just DM'd him. He had
Oh.
to clean his dog because apparently she got poop in her fur or something.
Oh.
Yay! He survived and he's alive.
And then night falls. You guys make your camp. The night is dark. The storm passes. Cold seeps in, like it's a humid cold. Eventually, the next dawn emerges. The sun is bright overhead. There's like a thin layer of frost on the rocks near camp. And a light rain has started to fall. Somebody needs to make a survival check for navigation.
Well, since Gilbert's busy, can we assume I have his help?
Yes.
Okay.
We can make such an assumption.
Because he's not, off the table.
I'm also proficient with survival. I can also help.
What's your mod?
+4.
Okay, so yeah, then we're you, me, and Gilbert all have the exact same survival mod.
All right, I'm back.
Welcome back. So, in case I wasn't clear, you guys have just finished a long rest.
Okay.
You lived. And you guys continue on your way over the mountain. I assume you're not trying to go up the peak. You're just trying to, go along the side of it to get over it.
Yeah.
No, fuck it. Let's go to the peak.
Okay.
Let's climb Everest.
It's not that tall. It's just barely tall enough to be snow-capped. All right, you spend the day starting to hike up the mountain. Unless you're just joking.
No, I'm dead serious.
I'm not going up the mountain. If he goes up the mountain, I'm not going with him. We don't have climbing gear nor cold weather gear.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
No, I have climbing gear.
We.
Oh yeah, we don't have climbing gear.
You might, but I know the entire party does not.
Indeed.
We'll be fine. How risky can it be?
Says the man that went swimming in the mud hole.
Yeah, I didn't get a choice on that encounter, mister. Not that you contributed much.
was
Yeah, he did
too
do a lot of damage to the
humorous
snake once we got it out of there.
It was too humorous to do anything. Besides, what you want me to do? Jump in the mud?
So I need an actual decision. Are you guys going up the mountain or not?
Uh, no, not if we can help it.
Apparently we don't.
Yeah, I think we just go around the side.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, you spend the day kind of,
It's because Hebron's got a death wish. Don't mean the rest. Of it.
following the cracks and the crevasses, making your way across the mountain. Eventually, you get to the side where it begins to descend. Below you, you can see where the trees begin to meet up again. The hot day set in. As you get closer to the tree line, the sun kind of coming down at this nice oblique angle. Behind you, you can just see like the mountain like directly lit, at just the right angles to like eliminate all the shadows on the mountain. So you get like this nice, like almost like photographic look of it. And you see that you guys missed it when you walked by it before because of the way the outcropping was in the shadows of the sun position. But with the sun beaming directly on it, you can't help but notice that like 50 feet up the mountain and a little bit to the left is a cave.
Does it have a box of scraps in it?
Maybe. Do you want to go check it out? Is the question.
Yes, I want to find the Iron Man.
I'm right here.
That's true.
Well, I'm a woman though.
Yeah, we have our own Tin Woman.
Maybe they'll find my heart in there.
All right. Well, it sounds like you guys are going up to it. So you guys turn around, head back up to the cave. As you get to the entrance of the cave, you can see that it looks to have like some like natural steps into it as it descends maybe 20 feet or so and narrows to about 5 feet. At the end of it, it looks like there is a like a pool with several various stepping stones kind of floating in it. You can also tell as you're looking into this that though the mouth of the cave looked natural enough, by the time it gets to the pool, it has very clearly been carved and smoothed. That's all you can see from the entrance.
I don't suppose we have somebody. I know we don't have a dwarf, do we?
Nope, I didn't build a dwarf this time.
Shame.
I speak Dwarvish.
Yeah, I'd rather a dwarf than a halfwit or whatever they're called.
Right.
Well, we can go in.
Okay. So, who's going first?
I'll go first if no one else wants to.
Can we all see in the dark?
Nope, I got a torch.
No, I got the light cantrip up.
Okay. Do you want to put it on something I'm carrying or no?
I already have the light cantrip on myself.
Oh, wait, you made yourself the light?
Yeah, I'm breaking the rules. I'm an object and a character. Or and a creature. Yeah, I've got the light cantrip on a piece of cloth stretched behind the eye holes of my helmet. Just shining out through the visor.
All right. So who's going in front?
I believe River said.
Yep, I think I heard that.
Alrighty. So yeah, River, as you head down the steps to where it narrows to 5 feet, the pool in front of you can see extends about 20 feet. Various stepping stones that you'd have to kind of half like hop to. They're like just far enough where you couldn't step to them easily. In this 5 foot wide, 20 foot long pool, the far end of which you can see a circular stone door set into the smooth wall at the far end.
While we're in this cave, and I'm not expecting very long distances, I'm going to go ahead and equip a shield and switch my slingshot. And then I'm going to check the door for anything weird, like traps, weird mechanisms attached to it.
Okay. Well, first I'm going to need an acrobatics check to actually hop from these small stepping stones to get across the lake to the door.
Gotcha.
Okay.
50.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. You hop and hop and hop and hop and hop and hop, and then you get over to the door because there is no ledge to stand on. You're kind of balancing on like that last stepping stone. And now you can make your investigation check.
All right.
Yeah, because as you look at the store, you can see that there are 5 small, obvious buttons on the door. At the 1, 4, 6, 8, and 11 o'clock positions. You do not see any traps on it.
All right. 1, 4, 6, 8, and 11.
Yes.
Good. All right. Hmm. Is the door like a single door across this whole opening, or is it a double door that opens in the middle or something?
It is a circular door that you think could be like normally you like roll it like one of the walls must have a hollow in it where the door rolls into.
All right. Um, let's try just starting at 1 and then just going clockwise. 1, 4, 6, 8, 11. Just
Okay.
pushing on the buttons.
All right. So balancing on that last stepping stone, you reach up and push the 1 button. And that's when appearing from the left and right is a torrent of as it like sprays onto you, you realize it's oil. And above you, you hear whir, click, 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 click.
That sounds like I should not be there. I'm gonna skedaddle back across the stones.
All right, another acrobatics check then. This time with disadvantage because you're all slick with being covered in oil.
11.
All right, so you take a hop back. It's real slick. You hop to the next one, and that's when your footing kind of gives out, and you fall into the water.
That's unfortunate.
It is because as you fall into the water, you realize that the pool is about 20 feet deep and filled with skeletons, which are reaching out towards you as if to grab you.
Ooh.
You should roll initiative.
These walls look scalable with a climb speed.
No. They look to have been like carved out of the natural rock to be smooth. It's not masonry. Tamara, Hebron, you guys roll initiative.
Oops, sorry.
All right. Well, Giuseppe, you see River fall into the pool. I don't think River had the light source with him, right? That was Muscles.
That's me.
Yeah. So you can't really see him. The water's kind of a mirror surface with Muscles' light source beaming at it. So what do you want to do?
How could we fall for a water trap twice? I'm gonna throw rope down into the water, I guess. I don't know where he's at. I'm just gonna sling the rope down in there at the end of the rope. Hopefully it'll hit it. I can't see that in there.
Are you playing Evanescence in the background?
I have Spotify going, yeah.
All right. You heave the rope out into the water. River.
I'd like to climb up that rope.
All right. You grab the rope, start trying to, climb away. The couple of skeletons near you are going to make attacks of opportunity to try and grapple you.
Grapple.
Yes. There are 3 of them, so you can defend yourself thrice with athletics or acrobatics. Well, while 2 of them failed to grab you, that first one did manage to grab you by the shin, and so you got the rope in front of you that you've got a hold of, and this guy has grabbed you. What do you do now?
But it's not an action to like start climbing a rope, right? Just movement.
It was movement.
All right. I want to try and break out of the grapple then.
All right. That is a strength athletics check, I believe.
That it is.
Yeah, you managed to just kind of kick the skeleton in the face. It releases you for some reason. And do you have a swim speed?
No, but I do have feline agility.
Okay. So you're basically at half speed then.
Yeah.
All right. What is your half speed?
Half speed would be 15.
15 would be enough to get all the way across this pool and get out of it at the feet of Giuseppe.
Wonderful.
And actually, that would basically end the initiative if you guys aren't going to engage with them. You successfully got out of there before they could start hitting you. So unless you guys are going to come to the edge of the water, start shooting all the skeletons in there, we can descend initiative.
How big is this pool?
5 feet wide, 20 feet long. It looked to be about 20 feet deep.
Could have a lot of skeletons. I mean, if we're gonna be trying this a lot, it's likely that we'll fall eventually again. So I'm not against just throwing cantrips into the water to try and kill skeletons, but it's gonna take a while.
There could be a pool of infinite skeletons as well.
Yeah.
There's just a respawn token down there.
Yeah, just an arbitrarily large pile of self-animating bones.
The other solution is to have our larger, stronger people, Mr. Muscles or Mr. Hebron, holding a rope that I will tie around myself, and Miss is going to tie a rope like under her shoulders. And if I fall, make sure I don't go in the water again.
Can I get the grappling hook into anything around here?
Not really. This is a narrowing, descending stairwell with smooth walls, and then this pool. At the far end is a door.
All carved
Ooh,
continuously out of stone, no seams, no masonry, no nothing.
It's more like they dug into the rock.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's
Yeah.
it's all carved.
Have a thought. How effectively would acid be able to burn into the rock and just make a hole to stick a python or a crowbar in?
No, let's not bother with that. We'll just hold on to it.
My dragon is an acid type. It can make attacks do some acid damage. Yeah, if you're fine with just holding on to it, I'll make my way across again and try. See, one doused me in oil and it started making weird clicking noises, so let's try 4 o'clock button if I get there.
I'll make an acrobatics check. As you hop over there, you realize that the thrashing in the water has lapped up over the stepping stones there and washed the oil away.
Alright. Numbers. Acrobatics. Would help if I was on the right tab.
Okay, so you again get about halfway and then fall into the water. And I believe you said you had the Drake and Muscles holding the rope to try to stop you from falling in?
That was the plan.
Okay. So you're like 10 feet away from them, falling off a stepping stone. How is the rope going to help?
Once they see me go over the side, they'd pretty much just have to pull on the rope until it gets...
I see.
Yeah, the idea is not to prevent him from falling in, it's to retrieve him.
I gotcha. Okay. That is doable. Muscles and the Drake, why don't you guys make strength athletics checks?
Yep, we begin performing a non-entry rescue.
The Drake help Muscles, or do they have to be separate?
It would be better for the Drake to help me.
Yeah, you can help Muscles.
Alright.
Yeah. So you fall in, and very quickly they start reeling you in. The skeletons begin rising up to try and grab you, but they get you out of the pool before that becomes an issue. You're back at the beginning.
Alright. Try again a little more carefully this time.
Okay, well, it's still an acrobatics check. You miss the first stepping stone and fall directly into the water like a reject from MXC.
That's what I was thinking too.
And you are retrieved just as quickly.
Alright, do these stepping stones get, like, narrower as they get the top? If we just broke a chunk off, would it be easier to step on them without falling?
It's not that you can't stand them without falling. They're about 9 inches in diameter, made of stone. And when you went into the water, you realize that they're actually pillars rising up from the bottom of the pool. It's more that they're spaced like 8 feet apart. Or not 8 feet apart. That'd be too far. They're spaced about 4 feet apart. So you kind of have to hop from one to the other with only 1 foot, because there's not enough room on the pillar to stand with both feet.
All right.
So you're kind of having to dynamically hop from one to the other to the other to the other to the other. Here, let me give you a quick.
Assassin's Creed 4 when you have to run across the docks, or Assassin's Creed 2 when you have to run across the canals.
Like that.
All right. Going carefully didn't work at all, so fuck it, we ball. Full sprint across.
Okay. I mean, it's still just an acrobatics check.
Yeah, it'll work eventually.
You would think with a +4 you'd be better at this.
Clearly not.
Yeah, clearly not, as you fall in and are retrieved again. Another acrobatics check. The wet cat is just continuously getting dunked.
Not like it's making me wetter.
Yeah. All right, this time you managed to get all the way to the end. You're at the door. Plainly visible buttons are visible on the 1, 4, 6, 8, and 11 o'clock positions.
4 o'clock button.
All right, you push the 4 o'clock button. Everyone, including you, sees oil come spraying out of the walls to the left and right, and above you, you hear whirr, click, 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 click.
Sounds like I should leave again.
Okay, acrobatics check. As you just immediately fall in the water. He is far enough away that Muscles is going to need to make that helped athletics check to get you out of there before the skeletons become an issue. He does not.
Do I can be helping still?
Oh, I'm sorry. I completely forgot
I
he did roll it. Yeah. All right, 24, yeah. With the 24 plus your feline agility, blah, 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 you're able to get out of there. You're at the beginning again.
Do we have any explosives? All right. Run it back. Mittens is going to try and relearn hopscotch.
Okay. Acrobatics.
Nope.
Yeah, just sploosh right into the water.
And again.
All right, this time you managed to make it across. You're at the door.
All right. 6 o'clock button.
All right, you push the 6 o'clock button. Oil comes spraying out of the walls to the left and right, and above you, you hear whirr, click, 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 click.
Yeah, fuck, I'm just gonna try and push the 8 and 11 o'clock buttons.
Simultaneously?
Yeah.
All right.
It's either gonna work or it's gonna kill me.
So, the oil stops, you're covered in oil. You reach over, you push the 8 and the 11, more oil sprays out of the walls. Above you, you hear it again. Whirr! Click, 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 click. You're just sopping with oil at this point.
Yeah.
Like the water over on the far end of the pool is starting to take out like this rainbow sheen.
And we'll give it the Chicago River treatment eventually. How slow is carving through? What's the store made out of? Stone?
Very. Especially since I don't think you guys have any tools for it.
Monk's puking.
No, but my dragon has a reaction with no limit on its uses to add epic acid damage to any attacks I make. So in theory, if we
Melt
sit
your
here
way
for
through
a
it.
while, if we sit here for a while with a crowbar, sledgehammer, a knife or something, we should be able to just carve through with the acid.
Is that what you want to do?
I've pushed all the buttons, I'm out of ideas. And the other thing that I can try, but probably don't have the muscle force to just push the door to the sides, which Mittens with the 120-pound Tabaxi with 8 strength is not the very epitome of power and muscle. You know, fuck it, I'll try.
Okay, are you going to try to force the door to roll to the left or the right?
Left first, then right.
Okay. Make a strength athletics check as you try to force the door to roll to the left. The door does not budge.
Alright, then to the right.
Another strength athletics check. The door does not budge.
Mm. Alright, time to start carving with acid.
All right, so you start hitting the door with what?
Check my gear. I've got a sledgehammer and a crowbar. Sledgehammer seems a little bit unwieldy for a pair of 9-inch pillars, so I'm gonna go with the crowbar.
And you're just striking the door with it, in causing acid damage.
Yep.
Okay, roll to hit.
Boy.
This would be you're proficient with clubs, right?
Yes.
So this would be strength attack roll with proficiency.
16.
Okay, go ahead and roll damage.
That's one. Assuming it's using a club or improvised weapon damage.
Club, yeah. A crowbar is really just a fancy metal club.
Yeah. That's 5 acid damage.
Okay, yeah, you can see it made a little divot in the door. You continue at this, and it takes you in the end about an hour and a half to make like a sizable chunk to where you can actually like see through like this little hole you've carved your way through the door. The other side appears to be a room about 10 feet by 10 feet. You can see what looks to be clothes to the hanging on pegs to the left and right, and the far side is a closed wooden door, like straight opposite this door. Those of you on the close side, not by the door, but closer to the entrance, the sun has completely gone down. You can see stars out through the opening. You're pretty sure it's time to go to bed, unless you want to start doing like a force march to try to force that door open.
Sleepy day.
Okay, where do you want to make your camp?
Is there room in here?
5 people in what's essentially a 5 by 10 foot trapezoid. Not really. Unless someone wants to sleep on the stairs, but that's going to be fucking uncomfortable.
I'm not a dwarf, so I can't say I'd like it.
We probably should go outside the cave since there is the pool of undead right below us here.
All right.
Okay. So you're going to go outside the cave on the mountain face? Just above the tree line. You can see the jungle starting to form again, maybe 50 feet down the slope.
Sure.
All right. What's your watch order?
order?
Chat order. Minus
Alright.
Hebron, because it doesn't sound like he's here.
Okay. Alright. So, you guys make your camp just outside the cave. The night goes on. River, what's your passive perception?
14. Dark vision 60 feet.
Okay. So you're sitting there, all quiet. And then, suddenly, does a 21 hit your armor class?
Yes.
Claws swipe at you from the air, dealing 6 points of piercing damage, as it looks like a pteranodon has swooped down on you from above, from higher up the mountain. You guys should roll initiative. Mr. Gilbert, you guys roll? Or... By the way, this is what you're fighting. All right. River, just to be clear, you don't have anything that prevents surprise, do you?
No.
Okay. Well, you're surprised. Then this guy hits you. Muscles is asleep. River, it is now your turn. You are no longer surprised, having been attacked.
Alright, I'll yell, up, we're getting attacked by an ugly bird and get my bow and shoot it.
All right. Roll to hit. But it is some, 30 feet in the air.
Numbers, sharpshooter shot.
Miss.
Alright. Back to these numbers. That's my turn.
All right. Giuseppe, do you have anything that prevents surprise?
Yes. Am I conscious?
Yeah, River yelled and woke everybody up.
All right, good. Yes. I'm going to shoot it with my bow.
Okay. That's 30 feet above you. Miss.
I shoot myself in the foot.
Mm-hmm. It's like you see it. You quickly aim your bow and shoot right into the stake of your tent. It now has this arrow sticking out of it.
I quit. I'm done.
Right.
I'm done.
Tamora, do you have anything that prevents surprise?
Nope.
All right, the halfling
Ain't
is
got
surprised.
a damn clue what's going on.
Yeah. Let's see. The bird is going to swoop down and, try to take a chunk out of River. Don't think an 8 hits you. It then flies back up, using its flyby ability to not provoke attacks of opportunity.
What a cunt.
Yep. Muscles. Do you have anything that prevents surprise?
No.
All right, you're surprised. River.
I'm gonna shoot it again.
Roll it.
How far did it get?
30 feet.
Alright.
Why would it go further? It's not like you guys can hit it. Nope.
I mean,
Hell, I stand
Alright.
up.
Anything else, River?
That's it for me.
All right, Giuseppe.
I shoot at it again.
All right. That hits it.
That should be plus 3. I forgot the 3 on it. Gives me 9.
All right. That bloodies him.
I'm gonna have my Drake do the acid thing on your attack, because it's as the Drake's reaction to a character or a creature it can see within 30 feet, making the attack.
Oh,
Okay,
cool.
fair enough.
You get an extra D6 acid, Giuseppe.
Oh, okay.
Roll another d6. All right. It is near death.
Ah, damn. Wow. I wise up with that thing.
Well, at least one of us is doing damage.
Well, there you go.
All right.
I'm done.
All right. Tamora.
Shoot it with the crossbow. I don't need to stand up. Poke my head up the tent.
Okay. Roll to hit. That hits it. How do you have advantage?
And then move. Just poke my head out the tent. Shot my crossbow.
That's move. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's your first roll that hit it. It's just, I was curious. You have to stay still to use aim.
Yeah.
Regardless, it still hits. All right. It dies and begins to fall. Lands right in the cooking pot.
Oh, so yeah. I just love when food delivers itself.
You guys are out of initiative. The rest of the night passes without incident. In the morning, you have fresh bird stew. You guys have successfully completed a long rest.
Yum.
Alright.
What do?
Onwards.
Oh. Well, yeah, you can leave if you want, or do you want to go to the cave? What? That's what I'm asking.
Do we want to go into the cave? It didn't look like there was much, but anyone?
Sure. We're here.
Alright. Alright, back to the cave we go, I guess.
All right. You go down the cave. Stepping stones are still there. You can see at the far end the circular stone door, damaged as it was. You're going to go and use acid to carve your way through it again?
Unless someone else has a plan.
I didn't bring my smoke powder.
Sounds like we're cooking with acid then.
Okay. So you eventually hop your way across that and begin chiseling away at the door. Half the day passes by as you carve a small hole through the door that would let you wriggle into there. Like that would let a medium-sized creature squeeze into through the door.
What about a small? How
Small
long
would
it
take
for a small.
small would only take probably 3 hours instead of 4.
Yeah.
Well, I can get through small.
Yeah, if
I
you
am a
want my,
halfling.
if you want to go with my Drake, 'cause that's also small.
Oh yeah. Have some backup in case something bad happens.
Yeah.
We can always string in a bellet too if cross the curtain by the tabernacle, make sure I don't die.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it'll cut some time down, so yeah, I'll crawl through.
Okay. So you crawl through and find yourself in a 10-foot by 10-foot stone room. On the far side of the room is a closed wooden door. And to the left and right are a couple of pegs, which you can see worn, decrepit, like almost rotting away, robes and the like on the wall. There are 4 of them.
Do they have any iconography on them? Like without me touching them, like if they're
Yes, there is iconography on them. It is all showing a. Here, actually, I think. Yeah, I can just copy that. Great. It shows this symbol.
Do I recognize this symbol?
Make a history check.
Hey, at least it's not one of my negative ones.
No, you do
Not
not.
a clue. All right. Well, I make a rough sketch of it
Okay.
and then pass it to River, through the door. Bunch of this icon back here. No idea what it means. Have fun. I'll be back. And then she turns and goes back into the area.
Mm-hmm.
Can I try getting one of the iconographies in one piece? Like basically, I don't care if the rest of the robe disintegrates to dust. I want to get one of those icons clean.
By clean, you mean
Intact. It can be torn and through the icon, but
okay. But the fact that they're
basically,
all tarnished, you don't care about.
yeah. As long as you can visibly tell that it's that icon.
Yeah.
That way, instead of my drawing, I can give it
Yeah.
to River as a better
I
reference.
understand. Okay, so there's 4 of these, robed cowls on the, to the one to the northeast, one to the northwest, one to the southeast, one to the southwest. On the east and west walls, there's one forward, one back. Which one do you want to try first?
Whatever one looks the cleanest, like the least likely to fall apart.
Okay, that'd be the northeast one. Go ahead and make a sleight of hand check. All right. You start kind of pulling it off, and you realize it as it tears a little bit. But you realize that this is actually a heavily embroidered cowl. Anything could be worth about 10 gold in its current state. Like it actually has some it is a nice cowl.
Oh, okay.
The symbol on it appears to be made of brass, and yeah, it's just pinned on the cowl. You're able to quite easily unpin it and have it separate.
Oh, so it's not like an embroidered monogram or anything.
No,
like
it's
that.
it's an emblem.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, I was thinking like a house coat with a monogram.
No, think more like lapel pin.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well,
you can also see that the peg that it was sitting on the wall is very clearly made of bone.
they shrug. Well, I guess I'll go for the other 3 then.
Okay. The other three don't appear to be as nicely embroidered, and all of them basically fall apart as you touch them.
Okay.
But you are able to get a total 4 of these pins.
Okay, so I'm able to get 4 pins and then one somewhat nice robe for Giuseppe to wear.
Yes. A nice, like, it's all like embroidered and well made. Just a few tears here and there.
All right. Yeah, I go back, pass it through the hole, and then I hold the pin out. And here's a better picture, and I will be right back.
Yeah, and you realize all 4 of the pegs that were holding those were like, bones stuck into the wall. So what do you do, Tamar? As you're standing in this 10 by 10 room, empty pegs on the east and west walls, and directly ahead of you is a closed wooden door. The Drake at your back, and the party's still working to melt enough of the door with the acid that they can squeeze in behind you.
Can the rest of us understand what that symbol means?
You could make a history check.
Since he handed it, I'm not any good at that. Is anybody else good at history?
Nope.
I have a flat roll, so
Decently good at it.
well, then you should try it then. I only have a flat roll.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't know either.
Would my Sage Researcher feature give me anything? When I attempt to learn or recall a piece of lore, if I do not know that information, I have to know where and from whom I can obtain it. Like, is this even vaguely associated with any like region around here, or
Well, yeah, it's associated with this region. The fact that none of you are natives is why you're having to roll for this. And the DC is that much higher. As a sage, you would know that probably there might be like sigils, iconography, things like house crests. Typically, governments would keep track of stuff like that. So your sage background would tell you, if you go and look in like the Imperial halls in Novazon, or not Imperial, the King's Library in Novazon, you could probably find a record of like house sigils, and if you can find one that looks like this, there you go.
okay.
Giuseppe also does not know.
Okay. Is it above 20? Because I can add a d6 to the result. Am I close?
You are close.
Okay, I'm going to use knowledge of a past life. When I make an ability check that uses a skill, I can add a d6 to the roll after seeing the d20 result.
Go ahead.
The reborn ability.
Yeah. You do not know.
Fucking hell!
You weren't that close. Come on.
No, I know. I needed anything but a 1. Shit! It's like the third one I've rolled tonight. Damn. Oh well. Muscles, you dump wisdom?
I did.
Oh, you did. Damn.
Also, is it history intelligence?
It is.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Which I also dumped.
Well, see, I have a flat in both of them, so it doesn't matter.
So,
So,
I think Ruffle says that he had a phone call.
yeah, so that's why I was trying to see about us figuring this out. But since none of us passed it, well, we have to wait on him to come back because we can't fit in the hole.
Mm-hmm. Well, we could also say that, he was, he got to the other side, he cleared the room, and, that hour passes that you need to get it just that much wider, and you guys are able to squeeze your way into the room with him.
Okay, cool, yeah.
Yeah.
So, you guys are all in this 10 by 10 room. Circular door behind you with a, small hole in it that, medium-sized creatures could squeeze through. Closed wooden door to the front. 4 empty pegs, 2 on the left, 2 on the right, that previously held the robes with the emblems. What do?
Alright, so there's a door we haven't went through. Let's go. Let's check the door for. Is the door locked?
Do you go up and try it?
Trapped or anything? Yeah, I go up and try. I go up check the traps and shit.
Well, if you're checking for traps, make an investigation check.
Investigation. Not only do I know if there's no traps on there, I probably armed one.
Yeah, no, totally untrapped.
Let's go through the door. Fuck. I mean, it was me, Muscles, and River, right? That's the only ones here.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Is that what y'all want to do? Go through the door?
Sure.
Yep.
Like you said, it's definitely not trapped.
I open the door.
All right, you open the door, which swings open freely. It was neither locked nor trapped, revealing a 5-foot wide hallway, which proceeds to go about 20 feet before opening up into a room. With your dark vision, you can see that the room extends at least, at least to the edge of your dark vision. But you're looking at it, and you can see a couple of things. One is on the ground. You can see several small stone cairns made of successively stacked rocks, like a smaller one on top of a larger one on top of a larger one, etc. On the ground. And in the center, looking like this. And in the center of the room, you can see a plinth with a mummified body kind of lying in repose on it.
Okay. So what y'all want to do is a body over there.
Well, we should probably leave the Draugr Death Lord alone.
What's the worst that could possibly happen?
Death.
Yeah,
Death is always the worst thing that
Death.
could possibly
he'll
happen.
die.
Oh, there's worse things than death here.
Oh yeah, that's true. But yeah, so it's not the worst thing that could happen. There are even worse possibilities.
It'll be fine.
I see no reason to disturb it.
Well, it's right there. What are we gonna do? Not touch it?
Yeah.
Go right ahead, Mr.
No,
Touch it.
don't.
I'm
Don't
not
touch it.
touching
I don't want to touch it.
So
Right. Yeah, so next room, question mark. What's our next room?
Well, that's like you open the door, you're looking down this hallway, and you can see, 40 feet away is this plinth with the body in repose. Starting at 20 feet, when the hallway opens up into a room, and the plinth, you can see a couple of those small stone cairns stacked up on the ground. They're only like a foot tall. And you can see that the room also continues beyond the plinth to the edge of your dark vision. but because you're looking down a 5-foot wide, 20-foot long hall, your field of view is narrow. Like, that's all you can see in a line. You can't see what's to the left and right of the plinth, for instance.
If you all don't mind waiting 10 minutes, I think
Yeah.
I would like to begin detecting any magic in the vicinity.
Okay. That detects magic within 30 feet. You do not detect any magic within 30 feet.
Oh, that's good. Well, would we like to explore the rest of the tomb? Would someone like to lead the way as we explore the rest of the tomb? Because my perception is not the best.
I mean, you want me to lead? I'm not the.
All right,
Sure.
I'm back. What's up?
Oh, do you,
Oh, God.
we're exploring the tomb. Do you want to lead?
Sure.
Did you hear about the body in the
No, I have my headset
plinth
off.
and all that?
So basically, we kind of fast forwarded that hour to let them carve in and get into the 10 by 10 room. They opened the wooden door, which revealed a 5-foot wide, 20-foot long hallway, which then opens up into a larger room. 40 feet away, so 20 feet into the room, is a plinth with a mummified body on, like, laying on it in repose. Between the plinth and the opening where the hallway opens up into the rest of the room, you can see a couple of small stone cairns made of small stones stacked on successively larger ones, similar to the image I posted.
The poop emoji.
Yeah. You can also see that the room does continue past the plinth, to the edge of normal dark vision. But because you're looking at this room from the opening of a door down a 20-foot, 5-foot wide hallway, your field of view is very narrow. So you can't see what's to the left and right of the plinth, for instance.
Okay. Yeah, I'll start sneaking down there.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a stealth check as you approach the opening to the room. All right. Yeah, you're real stealthy. As you approach this, and you can see that this room is a 30-foot wide, 60-foot long room. And you're entering it from the southwest, so the room seems to have been built not at right angles to the hallway. So like you're going, like, say, if you call it hallway due north, the room's at like a 330 degree tilt.
Okay.
To the right, you can see another 5-foot wide hall that goes 20 feet to the east. And at the far end of the room, away from you, you can see two more halls heading to the left and right at the far corners. In the center of the far wall, you can see a large stone statue. I'm sorry, a medium-sized stone statue, which appears to be carved as if to be in the same position as those pendants you found.
Mm-hmm.
Though it appears to be missing a chunk of the knee, the lower straight knee, the right foot, and... Sorry, I just lost. It is missing, it's, as you look at it, the foot on the right, it's left, but you're right. The knee, both hands, and its head. You can also see that all of the walls appear to have frescoes showing various figures dressed similarly to that pendant, like wearing basically like those robes. You realize if you were to put those robes on, you would look very close to being garbed like that pendant is, the guy in the pendant is. In various positions that look to be somewhat painful. Like they've contorted their bodies to be holding positions that aren't exactly natural looking. Not like demonic or anything, but more think like some of the more extreme yoga poses.
Okay.
I don't know of a better way to describe that. You can also see that there's more of those stone cairns almost just randomly plopped on the floor of this room. They don't appear to be forming any particular pattern.
Is there size to them though? Like, could they be stacked to match that?
They're all roughly the same size, only about a foot off the ground.
Okay. Um. Well, go play copycat with all of the frescoes.
Okay. So yeah, you spend time going... Are you going clockwise or counterclockwise from your position?
Clockwise.
Okay. So yeah, you visit the... Not mosaics, the... I'm sorry, I'm blinking on the term.
Fresco.
Fresco, thank you. The frescoes on the wall, imitating the poses that you see there, some of which are somewhat painful to hold. But as you work
I'm flexible.
Yeah. But as you work your way around the room, eventually you get back to where you came, feeling slightly more flexible and like you had a good stretch and exercise, a workout. But nothing seems to have happened otherwise.
Okay. Call the party. Have them come take a look, because, well, I did the thing that I thought would work, but it didn't work.
Yeah.
So.
Well, there's also 3 other hallways leaving this room.
Yeah, but I don't want to give up on this room just yet.
Okay. Yeah, so you bring the party. Everyone sees the guy in repose, the stacked rocks, the statue missing a foot, a knee, both hands, its head, and the frescoes with all of the interesting poses. Interestingly enough, the pose the statue is doing and the one on the emblem is not depicted on the walls.
Oh, maybe you need to add that one.
Or do that one in the middle.
Oh, is the statue in the middle?
No, the statue's in the middle of the far wall. In the center of the room is the plinth with the mummified body.
Oh, okay. Maybe not do it in the middle.
Also, the statue, which is trying to hold that position, is missing parts.
Well, maybe we don't know what the pose is because those parts are missing.
So what, you're going to go in front of the statue and do the pose that you saw in the emblem?
Yeah.
Okay. You go in front of the statue, you hold that pose, kind of mirroring what it's doing. Nothing happens.
Well, guess we'll move on. Doesn't seem to be anything here. Maybe it's just their, their foyer. They have these weird yoga poses. Let's go left.
Okay. To the left. So that'd be to the northwest. That 5-foot wide hall goes about 40 feet before opening up into a room. In this room, you can see that there is a cross-shaped platform that is elevated over a pit. You can see a single pillar rising from the pit to the center of this platform. On the far side of the room, so away from the if you hop from this area to the cross and then to this far area, is a niche with a small, you can see, stone hand in it.
I knew it. We got to assemble the statue.
Okay.
I don't know if this is going to be Legends of the Hidden Temple or Resident Evil.
So what do you do?
Well, we collect the hand.
All right. Well, as you step forward onto the cross-shaped platform, it immediately begins to descend, and you guys can see that the whole thing tilts as he puts his weight on his foot before he pulls it back. You know, like the far side went up, his side was going down. Like the central pillar is a fulcrum.
Okie dokie. Well, either jump to the center, or
Which is a 15-foot jump.
everybody gets on one of the crosses at the same time. Or, two people get opposed sides and jump on at the same time, so it's balanced.
Sure.
How are you going to
Or-
manage that?
Can we access the other sides of the cross?
Not easily.
Okay, well,
Like you
let's check
could
that.
hop to them, but it's still a
No,
15-foot
I thought
jump.
It was like a round room with a circular walkway all the way around.
Here, let me sketch what you're looking at real quick. I think a visual aid would help here.
Okay. And the hand is all the way across on the other side.
Right. Which if you were to jump from the edge, if you were to try to jump from that edge straight to that plinth, would be like a 40-foot jump.
Okay. Well, I take off all my gear. Save for like my armor.
Okay.
So I weigh like dropping the belt, the coin purse, backpack, every piece of gear I have except for my armor and my body. 41 pounds.
Okay.
And then I'd like to sprint across.
Okay. I'm going to say make an acrobatics check to see if you can run across before the inertia of the platform catches up with you badly.
How nice gonna go?
Yeah. So you start running forward, and that it just starts tilting, and you're just not quite fast enough. Like you're almost to the center as the thing's nearing near like a 60% grade. And I think I'm going to need. The only way you could not fall would be to like go prone and like try to grab the left and right sides and kind of hold yourself there.
How wide is the beam?
The beam's about 5 feet wide.
Oh, Jesus. I thought it was more tightrope than that.
No, but it's single file. So I guess I'm going to need a strength save. Yeah, you didn't quite make it. You can't hold it, as you guys just see him slide back and off the end of the cross, falling down into the water, which he then hits with a splash. The cross beginning to kind of just seesaw a bit as it, the begins to dampen out. And Tamora, that's not water you fell into.
Gelatinous cube?
No, it's just acid. You take 21 points of acid damage falling into it.
All right. Good thing I didn't have my gear with me.
Mm-hmm. Really good. What do you do?
Well, is there any footholds or purchase to get out of here?
No, it's smooth carved stone.
I throw a rope down.
Okay. Yeah, you can throw a rope down.
I might
Have
grab it.
I'll have my Drake help me pull him up.
Okay. Yeah, you can pull him up. Give me a strength athletics check. See if you can do this fast enough that he doesn't take any more damage.
It's my Drake's athletics. That's me hoping the Drake would give it advantage.
Yes.
Athletics is not great, but not terrible. 20.
All right. Yeah, you're able to hoist him out of there. He's kind of steaming a bit from the acid, but other than that, is fine.
How far down is it?
It is about 20 feet down.
I'm beginning to think that whenever one of us goes ahead, we should have rope around their shoulders so that we can pull them out of acid pits easier.
That seems ideal.
Are you gonna give it another go, or?
Sure, why not?
All right, I will tie the rope around tomorrow's shoulders, and same as when River was playing hopscotch. If tomorrow falls, we'll pull on the rope to hopefully keep tomorrow out of the acid.
Yeah. All right. Tomorrow, acrobatics check. Yeah, it's you don't even get near the center this time. You just immediately begin to fall, and it's who's holding the rope to catch you?
At least me and the Drake. I would assume Muscles, since he's the strong one in the party.
Is Muscles going to help?
Muscles.
Pete, you here? I see.
All right.
Well, then, River, go ahead and make a strength save at advantage because Drake is helping you.
11.
As you're all pulled over the edge, the three of you tumbling to the ground into the acid, taking 21 more points of acid damage.
Oh, I'm unconscious.
What do?
That is a good question. I'm going to use my. Actually, that won't help. There's nowhere for me to climb out, even with the climb speed. Question mark.
The issue is that the walls are stone and smooth looking. There's that central pillar that acts as the fulcrum when it gets to the top, but it's still like, a 3-foot diameter stone pillar. It's also smooth, right? Like they carved it out of the living rock. So there's no handholds. I suppose you could make an investigation check to see if you could try to find something.
Well, it's better than literally nothing.
Okay, do it. Okay, so you're looking about and you realize that there's a small seam in the right wall just above the level of the acid. It looks like there might be a secret door there. Meanwhile, River, the Drake, and Tamora, I'll take a further 2 points of acid damage. So Tamora, that's a failed death save, and Tamora, you have to make a normal death save. So that took a round to find. Okay. Here are 2 death saves. River?
Failed. Yeah.
Yeah, 2 failed.
I'm gonna go ahead and cast Cure Wounds on Tamora for.
I recommend you realizing that I'm a low HP character, and that would be a waste considering how much damage we're taking.
It's better than you dying.
1 turn or 2. You're okay. This is the play out. You're gonna get me up. I'm gonna take the acid damage and go back down, and then take another failed death save, and then it's a slow and inevitable of me dying right now.
All right, fine.
You're better
I'd
off just
be-
saving yourself.
Then I'll try and just go through that door.
How do you plan to do that?
I'm just gonna run over and shoulder check it.
All right. Do you aim for the center, the left part, or the right part of the door?
Can I have the Drake do this? Because the Drake's stronger.
Yeah, but again, where's it aiming?
Left.
Okay. Have it make a strength athletics check as it runs into the left part of the door. All right. The door spins on its central axis as it then forms 2 small openings. The Drake kind of barreling into, and you can hear a small crash as it hits the stairwell on the other side, which leads upwards.
All right. Then I'll pick up Tamora and run after the Drake through the open door now.
Okay. Yeah, you pick up Tamora, which gets him out of the acid. You take 2 more points of acid as you run out of there. And, that probably all happened within about 6 seconds or so. You haven't taken your action yet as you're standing on the stairs.
Cure Wounds Tamora.
Okay. All right, Tamora, you wake up with 8 hit points and a level of exhaustion on the set of stairs, which look to lead to that you go up about 15 feet to a hallway, 5 foot wide.
Well, that was exciting. Let's go see where this goes.
Okay. You head upwards. The hall stretches before you, 5 feet wide, slightly curving forward and to the right, as if part of a great circle.
Well,
You're going to
better
follow?
up than down.
Okay. Yeah, you keep going. Go ahead.
We probably should take a short rest before we go anywhere that we're gonna run into a fight. Sit on the stairs for like 2 or 3 steps up for an hour.
Okay. Yeah, you guys sit there. Having left Giuseppe and Muscles up in the cross room. The hour passes uneventfully.
Right. Wonderful.
Did Giuseppe and Muscles want to do anything during that hour?
Not really.
Okay.
And then there were 3.
Yeah. And, so with the conclusion of that short rest, you guys resting there at the top of the stairs, I think we'll call it there this evening, given the attrition rate. In real life, attrition rate.
I mean, yeah.
It's also